Bonjour everyone, welcome to another Diecast Showcase. So today is going to be I guess we could call it a truck special. Quick unboxing of a couple of pieces that have been in the collection for a couple of years and that it's time to free. So we are going to start off by opening the very last of the Trackstar transporter trucks that I have carded from Hot Wheels, and then we'll end up with opening. It's going to be my first Greenlight HD Trucks, first one that I actually purchased, as well as the first one that I'm going to be opening. Both in that case is because I have already a color variation that I'm going to be keeping in package. Reason I'll talk about when I get to that specific piece. But as mentioned, let's start with the Hot Wheels. So today we're going to be opening the oldest, I believe, or no, I think it's the second Trackstar I ever bought. If we're talking about these truck sets. So some of them are just single trucks, and some of them do come with a car. In this case, it is one that came with the car, and it is the Galaxy Express with the what is this? The track? Is this a manga tuna or the track manga? I do not know. We'll check under the casting when we open it up. But here's the truck in the package. So yeah, it's definitely an old thing. Seen better days, you know, frayed corners, as you can see. And this is a release that's all the way back to 2019, so 2020 on the shelves. It's actually second one, yeah, as mentioned, second one I purchased after the VW T1 custom semi that I unboxed a few videos ago. So yeah, since this thing is already begging to come out in the sense that you know, it's already coming apart. Although I did not necessarily intend to open it now, I guess we'll go ahead and get her out of the package. We'll check out the truck, we'll check out the car, and yeah. Let's start with the bigger piece here. Bigger piece being this very cool truck. So this is like the, pardon me, scale accurate, I think, version of the Raijin Express, right? It is a semi, so 3-axle truck with a single axle trailer. But definitely much more to scale, and I had compared basically the little Raijin Express to 1/87th scale cars, and they seem to be pretty much around that scale, so HO scale, as opposed to this here truck that's definitely closer to 1/64th scale. And I mean, have a Matchbox truck that's 1/64th and definitely looks like 1/64th. So let's take a peek at this. So first and foremost, the truck is detachable from the trailer. I don't know if I want to detach it now though, because these are always, the first removal, it's always a little bit delicate. Well, there you go. So here's the truck part. Now this whole black metal cab, front insert here, all metal. So it definitely has some weight to it. And the large PR5s with the yellow lip, well, obviously we're going to be looking at a car, or a truck, should I say. It's going to be really fast on track. If it actually fits, it seems real wide. So here's your base. So Galactic Express, with the 2015 copyright. I've seen a couple color variations of this, but this was really the deco that I found was the coolest. Yeah, so I mean, fantasy truck, but it does look cool. Got the blue glass there that these two little horns, big stacks, custom stacks, and chrome. There you go. Look at that. It's kind of like a cab over, and it looks like a Renault design with the cab being kind of like mounted on a kind of like a air cushion, basically. Yeah, and the wheels in the back are definitely larger than the ones in the front. And I wouldn't want to get ran by that, I can tell you. Yeah, it's probably going to get a detail. I mean, it looks real cool. I find the cab looks really cool. Here's your trailer, which is pretty much all plastic, except probably for the wheel axle and that couple of rivet posts there. This one does have the feature that I always like to get with these trailers, which is an opening rear in which you can fit a car or two. And yeah, that's always cool. Put these back together. Just snap them on there. Here you got the rear loading area. There you go. Sorry about that. Get that focused in a little bit better with the lighting too. And yeah, the exclusive car that comes with this, well, it's not an exclusive car, it's an exclusively decorated car, is the Mad Manga. Yeah, okay. The Mad Manga is the hardtop version of these Bosozoku cars. They are fantasy cast, but they are definitely not really exaggerated versions, because this style is, well, was very popular in Japan. Pop Racers, I think it's Pop Race that put out a really nice I believe the C210 Skyline Bosozoku car that's kind of similar to this. This I find has the rear profile of the roof line of the Kenmari Skyline, or maybe the Laurel. Definitely looks like an older Nissan. And these do also come with a special feature, the lip in front there that you can actually raise or lower depending what the track conditions are. This one doesn't work that well compared to the other color variation of this that I have, which is this one. And I mean, it's kind of funny because this has the small 5 spokes in yellow. This has the OH5s in yellow, which, you know, personally I prefer. But yeah, both of them have the adjustable lip right in front of that little oil cooler. So as you can see, it's kind of like just really color variants of the same cast, different graphics. And this has got a top pass, which this doesn't. And yeah, and you can peep behind those huge exhaust pipes. Kind of got, you can see a little bit better on the red one, but you've kind of got the probably you guys noticed on the Hot Wheels casting of the Liberty Walk Kenmari Skyline, though you've got those slanted lights on the front, and that's something that was really popular on these cars. And these rear slanted lights do kind of look like Hakosuka rear lights. I made a comment about the rear lights on the Fairlady Z with the round lights there. Those are definitely not Hako lights. Those are really either C110 or C210 Skyline lights. So that was a mistake on a previous video that I wanted to correct since it came to mind. Yeah, so basically yellow, red, and we've got black and red, but both have respectively the yellow and the black on the base. That is not part of the body constituents or whatnot there, except for that little oil cooler on the front. So let's see how many of these. Well, you know what, before we check on how sizable the actual trailer is, the reason why I was a little bit confused if this was the Mad Manga or the Track Manga, this is the Track Manga. So it's very similar overall in its design, but the big difference is this is obviously, well, convertible, but it's like a chop top convertible, which again, something that's pretty common. This one seems to be inspired pretty much by the same car, but there's little differences in the lines of this car. And yeah, I just think it's really a chop top version of the same car. But I mean, this could be Toyota as well, right? Toyota Soarer, or like the old school Soarers from the early 80s. Or the, yeah, I don't know. Could be. Either way, I want to check to see how many of these I can fit in. Obviously, these with the long tailpipes, I'm assuming that we're not going to be able to fit a whole lot. Let's just try and see first and foremost. Yeah, it goes all the way to, oh yeah, and see? Well, you probably don't see, but this is how far inside it goes. So legit, you can only fit one car in here. But hey, it doesn't matter. it's all good. As you can fit one car in here. Close that, and you can just drop a couple on top there. So, all right, now we checked on some fantasy castings from Hot Wheels, and we're gonna get down to business with this big Greenlight HD Trucks. All right, so this is older casting. We're gonna be able to check on QC issues, and also, since it's the first time I'm opening one of these, I want to see about the features and everything like that. So let's move this guy to the background a little bit. There we go. All right, and here's your big HD Trucks. Greenlight HD Trucks. Yep. So it's a International Durstar flatbed truck with Michelin livery, and of course a little Michelin man. Seems really good mood, which is always good. So yeah, basically we're going to be opening this guy because I do have the waste management liveried one that's actually a green machine. Comes instead of the Michelin man with two little dumpsters. So I guess, you know, since I have two, and this flatbed being 164 is going to be awesome for photography. The Maisto ones from the Maisto Design haulers are great, but they are not very realistic, whereas this one is extremely realistic. So it's about that time again. I'm gonna pop this package open and see what we can see. All right. About 2/3 of the way, guys. The plastic on this larger bubble is a little bit more resistant to cutting versus the smaller packaging, but where there's a will, there's a way. So here we go. Crack that open. I find this is the best way to open Greenlights, by the way. It's much easier, I find, by the back. All right, so here's your truck in that clamshell. Very nice looking piece. If you're interested in knowing what was in that wave, here you are. So you got another Durstar UPS truck. This is the one we're looking at right now, and the one that most people would probably be interested in would be the Mustang right here. They actually do HD trucks fairly often with a hauler that looks great, and also kind of like Trans Am period car. We've had Chevys, we've had Mercury's, we've got Ford obviously, and I actually found a green machine version of a color variation of this. And I don't know if you see, but this specific Mustang I did have this hauler. I did get rid of it. Sold it to a Mustang collector basically. And this is actually the real car with the legit livery from one of the team transports from Hot Wheels. I actually have it here. Just trying to see. Yeah, 19. All right, there we go. Sorry about that. I just wanted to get the number of it, and it's number 19, Team Transport number 19. So basically, if we're talking about the real version of, or the real car, real Team Transport, what it actually looked like, this is a perfect representation of it, or close to. I don't want to say it's perfect. Offset on the front wheels is a little bit off, and most of these, there ends up being kind of like an angle where the cab meets the bed. So, but that's a common thing, both for Greenlight and for oh, well, you know what? Look at that, 2019 release date as well. So I guess we got a 2019 theme going on here. All right, well, let's get these guys out of the package. Take a closer look. All right, let's start with this Michelin man. There you go. Little plastic figure. Yeah, that's plastic. Yeah, some of these are metal sometimes, but this one is plastic. But he's really well done. I mean, obviously it's easier to reproduce kind of like a, you know, graphically designed character as opposed to a real human. But I mean, there's no need for a whole lot of details, but you know, that's awesome. So there you go, the Michelin Man putting a stop to that. All right, let's free the piece, as they would say. And I'm curious to know what moves and what doesn't on this piece. I get the feeling that not a whole lot moves on it. You got the boom here that's seems to be, is it movable? Really don't want to break this. There's more plastic on this than I initially thought. Yeah, so none of it. There's no moving parts on this. All right. So yeah, the bed here is plastic, as is this part here. The lights on top are plastic. This whole under tray here is plastic, and the middle of this base is plastic. There's a lot of plastic on here, honestly. Actually, it'd be quicker to tell you what's not plastic, and that's pretty much the cab with the bumper. That's pretty much, you know, well, obviously the axles, the screws, and things like that, because these are screwed together. That's what I find weird, because look at this. If you want to take it apart, this boom seems to want to move, but I really feel like I'm putting too much stress on it. And I mean, there is a screw behind it too. Really not sure, but let's check out the truck. So mirrors, for sure. Ram fans will love these mirrors, right? Really nice front details, front grille, nicely executed. Surprisingly clean windows, just a tiny smudge just above the steering wheel, but I mean, that could have been me that just put that there while I was fighting with the boom, so could be. Either way, yeah, painted details on this one. Nice chrome little cubbies on the side. 24-hour tire service with the Michelin logo. This is officially licensed, so that's always great. The rear, very well done. If we're talking about details, you know, you've got the logo on the mud flap, all the nice little details for the lights, you know, really, really nice stuff. And I mean, that's what's cool about these 164s, is just that, you know, it's much better than, example, the little Matchbox truck, right? You know, the little tow truck, the little fantasy tow truck, because I mean, that thing is small. This is legitimately the right scale for a 1/64th or thereabouts scale car. Yeah, it looks really, really good. Really, really, really like this truck. This is going to be a great prop for photography as well. So yeah, got a little bit of truck action for tonight. Hopefully you guys like checking out these little trucks here with me. If you did, of course, hit that like button, subscribe to be advised of when I upload next, and of course comment your feedback. On that, I will let you go. So keep on trucking and stay safe. Happy hunting. Catch you on the next one. Bye bye.